Hi there, it's GY416 here with a toy review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Bossk figures from what I have. Well, we're going to start with the original, the Bossk from the 80s, when he first came out. Here he is. Very basic and shiny. Not much detail, but enough so you know who he is. Really long, lengthy arms, just putting that out there. Kinda creepy, but cool. They have the scales in there. The skin tone on his head and his feet and his hands, they don't match. The jumpsuit is just yellow and white, a little bit of black. But for 80s toys, it's pretty good, especially for Star Wars when it first came out. These figures were a lot of money. Yeah, arms can go all the way up and around. Head can swivel all the way around. And the feet can kick, but that's about it. And then they brought in another series that I don't have, unfortunately, and he was pretty much the same, just better detail. And yeah. And then in about 2000 they came out with this Bossk. He has his arms rotate to turn, and so they can be bent or they can be straight out, depending on how you turn the hand. So, on both. One is an open hand, like that, and then the other is a claw that is kind of closed, so he can put his gun in. Both his feet swivel. And he turns at the hip, or at the waist. And so does his head. This figure's gun is the same as every other Bossk except for the very first two and apparently the Clone Wars one. The only difference is it doesn't have the handle here. He just fires from the stock, the front or the middle of the stock there. Good gun, fits in his hands. Camera's there. Just all around good figure. Good detail. They brought back some of the other stuff that they had in the movie that they didn't have on the other figures. Just a little more detail. The suit has more of a creases in the fabric, and it's just great figure. And then the Saga Legends. This is the newest one, the vintage remake of the very first one. So very first Bossk, newest except for Clone Wars. His collar thing is movable. His head is on a peg. The ball bearing. Arms bend. They don't twist and turn, and the hand swivels. And then his elbow has the bend. His shoulders bend up. Both sides. He can move at the torso above the belly button, and then he can turn also. Oh wait, no, can he? No, he can't. Never mind. He can't turn at the waist though. His legs go up, his knees bend, and his feet bend. Feet. And that's that Bossk. Oh yeah, and his gun is the same as the other guns, except it also has a strap. Fits in one of his hands, sits in the other flat side. Good figure, one of my favorites for sure. I definitely have to get the Clone Wars one now. It's one of my definitely, it's a must for me. And then we have I'm not sure, but what it's called, but there was a mini bust that was out for a while of Bossk, just half of him with his gun. Good, just the same size, torso up from the other ones. great detail, just as good as the newest figure. I love it. It's just cool little desktop item. I wouldn't mind if they retooled it a bit and added a little more to some of his just a little bit more of his scales. They just kind of look like nubs rather than scales. And then oh yeah, then we have the titanium series bossk. He's sealed in there. It's really hard to get back open, but detail is great. He's completely die-cast metal. Could be titanium. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it should be if it's the titanium series, but original boss gun in there. Just all-around great figure. I've opened it up a few times. Takes forever to get him out. The detail is great. He's got the greatest little smirk on his face. Looks like he's just ready to smack someone with this gun. It's just, I love this figure so much. I got this a few years ago, and it is just phenomenal, out of this world. And then we have the Star Wars Unleashed figure of Bossk. It's more of a statuette than anything. Comes off his base, put in with pegs into the holes. Great. I love the detail on this thing. It is just so well done. It was worth the money just to get it. Like, so great. And of course the big gun that he has with the strap always. The flight suit is perfect. The piece of cement concrete, the barrier thing he's standing on, it's got the rebar coming out, and it's just great figure. I love this thing. I like how they put in some of these things, some of the bullets aren't in them because of course they're used, because nobody's perfect, right? No one always stocks up. Oh, and they have a fold in his neck right there, and it looks excellent. Just so detailed, so well done. The claw is just like, it's crooked on the bottom. It's not perfect. It's like you can tell there's a bend in it. It's just such a great piece of art for a toy anyway. And then there's my new one, the Bounty Hunter series bossk from the, I have no clue how to say it, it's a Japanese word, Kotao Bakua or something. You collect all 6 of the Bounty Hunters, and then you get Darth Vader's pieces or whatever, but the detail that went into this figure is just phenomenal. It's like the scales on the back of his head go all the way up and around. The scales on his arm are scales, and then smaller scales. Like you can see them, same with on his feet. And they got that back hook on his foot perfect. As like you look at some of the older ones and they're just kind of stubs. They're not as good. I don't even think they added one on the original. None. And then on this one, it's just phenomenal. The look on his face is just great. Yeah, there's some reviews out there that I've seen where they think there's only 3 different bossks, but there's like 4 more that I'm aware of. This is the vintage redo of the very first one, and then they did a Saga Legends, which is very close to this one, just a little bit retooled. So I'd say that counts as 2 different figures there. But yeah, putting this together, it's all snap-on pieces with cube bits that snap in. It's like Lego. It's a big puzzle. One thing that they threw on this that isn't on the other figures is this coil. This loop goes up here. It's kind of stupid, but